Good morning, guys. We are stressed finishing off our breakfast because our dive instructors here are about to do our first session of our PADI certification. And we're so excited.
I can't wait.
I'm Oskar.
And I'm Dan.
And we're trying to visit 100 countries before the end of 2022.
When traveling, we see a lot of what's above ground, but how often do we explore what's below the surface?
We like snorkeling a lot, and we decided it was time to finally go to the next level and become PADI certified open water scuba divers.
The certification consisted of 3 days, 1 in the pool and then 2 on the ocean.
There's a 200-meter swim, which is 10 lengths, so you can walk on water, go for it. Then after you've done that, a 10-minute survival float. You just lie down. And then I'm going to go through equipment setup, and then we're going to get into the water.
So we're in our wetsuits.
Is that an iPhone 13 Pro?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not cheap. You know mine? iPhone 6. Hey, you know what? I've never bought a smartphone in my life. Imagine this, right? I meet this American dude called Robin. We're sitting there. This is his exact words. Excuse my French. What the hell's that you've got? What? So why didn't you tell me? Tell you what, Robert? Why didn't you tell me that you had an iPhone 4S? I'll give you an iPhone 6. Anyway, he said one.
No way.
He said one.
Oh my gosh.
No, really?
I have the guy to bits now.
Oh, that's the one you use now
That's the
still.
one I'm using today.
Oh,
He said that
wow.
in 2015.
So it's time to swim our 10 laps back and forth to prove we can swim 200 meters. That's the first test.
It's a little tight, a little squeezy, but I guess you get used to it. How you doing?
I'm great. I can keep going.
200 meters completed.
2 kilometers next.
So we just did our equipment setup.
It's actually so fun. It feels like half learning an airline safety demo and half going to space.
This is all our equipment with our tanks and everything. We've set them up and we're ready to do our first pool diving session. Okay, so a few hours later, and we have done a lot of diving.
6 hours in the pool, but it was so fun. It went like this.
6 hours in a wetsuit, but let's do it all again tomorrow. What did you call the signals that we do underwater?
Underwater emojis. We do this, okay, this, up, down. We do all types of fun emojis underwater. It is day number 2 of diving and our lessons continue.
Today it's time to actually get on the boat for the first time, which is really exciting. 2 dives today, 50 minutes each, so 100 minutes in the water. Let's hope everything goes well. Things are getting pretty hectic. Let's get on the boat. Shoes in here, barefoot from here on out. Okay, so we're climbing via this boat to get to our boat. Ready, clap.
Since both days on the water were pretty similar, we'll mix footage from both days so you don't have to watch the same thing twice.
The first day we were on a pretty small boat, but on day 2 we got to go on a much nicer one. So today we're taking the biggest diving boat in all of Phuket. Welcome to our diving boat. Siam 4, I think was the name.
This is like 5-star luxury compared to yesterday. Look at this fridge.
Beer, Coke, and water.
And here's the upper deck. This is like worlds away from what we had yesterday. Yesterday was so cramped, like you had to squeeze through and like say excuse me all the time. Up here, I don't think that's gonna be a problem. We have this huge open area in the middle. There's even sun chairs apparently up on the 3rd deck.
So this here is the diving deck. Obviously we have all the oxygen tanks, but the biggest luxury here again is that we have 4 toilets instead of 2 yesterday. And there was always a line and they were disgusting.
Everything is so much more spacious, even the staircase. I can even swim. This actually gives you fresh water, so you can actually rinse off after your dive, so you don't need to feel a super annoying sticky feeling.
We're gonna prepare our tanks. We're applying what we learned yesterday, which is we wanna have it centered, about 3 fingers down, whirling it in, and Closing it. Should we put our regulator on also?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, out with the regulator. A regulator.
Regulator? I don't even know it. And now we're preparing our weight bands. We need to put on weights to balance ourselves in the water, give ourselves the right trim.
Freaking hot. So, Oscar.
We finally got off the choppy part. We've been on it for an hour and a half. I was pretty close to letting all the things inside of me out, but now that we're on the calm part, I'm okay. All right, it's time to go in. The water is so beautiful. It's like a deep greenish turquoise. We're in this beautiful bay with a gorgeous sandy beach. This is a pretty pristine location to do our first ever real scuba dive.
Down we go. First dive log.
Officially complete, signed off and stamped. And another hour and a half on the boat and we are back.
We found out that you burn like at least 350 calories per hour of diving, so we need food.
Let's go fill up. So, of course, a big part of the PADI open water course is the theory. We have more than 200 pages to read, which is okay because we're learning this for a very fun purpose. And it's mainly all for our own safety, of course. Like, for example, what happens if you inflate a balloon down at 10 meters and then bring it up? Of course, it's gonna expand, right? Unfortunately, your lungs are probably not gonna be able to withstand that change in volume in the air, and so the inevitable would happen. So this kind of stuff is like the basic sort of foundational knowledge you need to know before you can even get in the open water. So yeah, let's get studying. Good morning, it's our second diving day, our third day of the course. We're so excited to be doing it again and getting down to 18 meters today.
I feel like we're just being so bad at vlogging, and the reason is that, first of all, on the boat, there's tons of people, so you're very preoccupied with everything going on. It's sort of awkward to record.
And trying not to like fall off the boat because you might get pushed.
Yeah, and once you're done, yesterday, we've never felt that way. Like, it was a mix of exhaustion, dizziness, this feeling that you have after you've been on water for hours of just like bobbing around.
Just complete diver exertion, I think. First dive of the day complete. It's time for lunch.
We just finished our fourth dive. We are now certified.
Officially!
Oh, we made it back. What an intense 3 days.
Today was definitely the peak. Like, wow, so cool.
3 days of non-stop action, so we're looking forward to some relaxation now. And relaxation just means working, because we haven't really had much time to work.
Feels so good to finally be a certified open water PADI diver.
Thanks so much, Tony.
Thank you.
Okay, what do you want to say to your kids?
Alice and Joe, you know I'll always love you. But these two are proper YouTubers. Listen to them, not me. Au revoir.
Alright, after a 1 hour drive, we just got to Nayang Beach, one of our favorite parts of Phuket, and we noticed some pretty shocking changes from the last time we were here. Tonight we're trying something new. We're staying at the Nayang Beach Resort and Spa, I think is the name. And this is our room. It's about $50 for one night, which is a great deal. But the thing in Thailand is that you can stay at like international chain hotels with an even higher standard than this for like $20, $30 more a night, which makes it tough to justify this, although this is so great for the price. So welcome, we have a typical Thai cooling white.
Oh, my mom was cold.
So, my guess is the bed is very hard. It's not too bad. The AC is far away, which is super important. That's the most important thing for sleep for us.
Yes. Let's not get a sore throat. Here is the shower and the bath.
Well, let's go out and explore Nayang. Having some good food, a massage hopefully, and literally decompressing after our 3 days of diving. So behind me are all these little street food shacks that when we were here in November were closed or they weren't here at all. It's so insane to see how it went from 0 to literally like 20 plus shacks selling souvenirs, all type of stuff. So you know it's for foreigners in a span of 4 months.
And this is more than they had pre-pandemic.
Yeah, I mean, I was here in low season in June, but it was still like maybe 5 or 6 stands. Now there's so many. It's so nice to see that things are recovering and so fast.
This is the exact same restaurant that we ate in our previous Phuket video, and saying that there's a different number of guests now compared to last time would be an understatement.
What's so crazy about Phuket is that every single neighborhood feels so different. I mean, I guess that's true for most cities, but you usually don't feel it as much as a tourist. Now we're finally in Nayang, which is much more close and surrounded by nature. It's a lot more laid back, and it just feels like a completely different island from the last 2 places we've been. In a way, I'm sad we're only staying here 2 nights, but there's not much to do up here. We wouldn't have been able to take our scuba diving here, so we did what we had to do.
We got our smoothies, banana, mango, passion fruit, but they are damn good.
Oh, some chili flakes. It's a very basic meal, but I mean, look at this mango salad, one of our favorites. Of course, pad thai. We decided just to get 2 instead of complicating things, and tofu satay.
And the chili flakes.
Thank you so
and
much.
condiments. Alright, and now it's time to head to Bangkok.
For a few days of work and eating.
We've had a great time in Phuket, and we are now officially certified divers.
Yeah.
Can't wait to dive all around the world.
Well, until we see you for some other diving video or another travel video.
See you around the world. Next time on Oskar and Dan.
Check-in closes in 10 minutes, so we gotta go. I love that literally our last video was in Thailand, and now our first meal in this video is Thai food at Frankfurt Airport.
We're not entirely sure if we're gonna make the connection.